Echo Tales Africa, the home of inspiring African tales and stories. The wind in Ouagadougou that morning felt strange, soft, heavy, and sad. It carried dust and silence. Mariam stepped out of the taxi, her eyes catching the faded flag above the military building, red, green, and gold, but tired, like the country itself. She was not here for an interview. She was searching for the truth. The guard at the gate barely looked at her press badge before waving her in. Inside, the corridors were still. The smell of paper, sweat, and time hung in the air. Mariam moved quietly, as if disturbing ghosts. At the end of the hall, in a forgotten office, she found an old wooden desk with a locked drawer. Inside, a leather-bound diary wrapped in a plastic folder. She opened it. "If you're reading this, I'm gone." Her breath caught. The name on the next page, Ibrahim Traoré. To the world, he was a rebel or a hero. To Mariam, he had always been a mystery. Now, his voice was in her hands. "I never wanted power, only peace. But here peace is more dangerous than war." He wrote of betrayals, dead soldiers and children running from explosions. He had joined the army for food, not fame, raised in Kara by a mother who sold charcoal and a father who broke his back on the land. He had known hardship early, but something in him refused to bend. Perhaps Sankara's ghost whispered to him. Perhaps justice lived in his blood. He rose, quietly, until the broken country turned to him. People think being president means power. Really, it means loneliness. Mariam read about the night of the coup, his shaking hands, the vomit before facing the cameras, the buried children, the whispered betrayals. "I will not die with poison in my cup and lies in their eyes. I will walk away. Let them chase my ghost." He had a plan to vanish. Routes, disguises, names, a map. And on the final page, "If Burkina is to live, I must die. At least the idea of me must. The revolution is not a man, it is a seed." Mariam didn't leave the office that night. She recorded the diary. Later, she uploaded a video, just her voice, reading his words over images of dusty roads and hungry children. Listen to him, not as a president, not as a soldier, but as a son of the soil who cared too much. It spread like wildfire. Candles were lit in Dakar. Radios wept in Bamako. A young Ghanaian politician wrote, "This is why Africa eats its best sons." Then came the message, "You want the truth? Come alone. Bring the diary." She packed a change of clothes, her camera, and the diary. No one knew she was gone. Her journey ended in a hidden village. A one-armed boy met her at the edge. Inside a mud-walled compound, she found him, bearded, plain, tired, but unmistakable. "Ibrahim Traoré," she whispered. He nodded. Sometimes being dead is easier. They sat on the floor. "I became president to protect, but I was signing deals that poisoned the people. I left because I couldn't tell if I was serving them or my fear." He gave her a flash drive. "It holds everything. Corruption, recordings, betrayal. But wait until they truly believe I'm gone." "And what will you do?" He smiled faintly. "Teach, farm, disappear like a raindrop into the soil. Don't make me a hero. Make me a warning." Mariam left, silent. 3 months later, footage of a UN convoy ambushed in the east shook the internet. In one blurry frame, a man in a brown tunic lifted a bleeding child. That's him. Rumors exploded. Was he saving lives, leading rebels? The government denied. Mariam stayed quiet until a letter appeared under her door. The seed is breaking ground. It's time. The files were real. Foreign payments, secret meetings, recorded voices plotting. Remove the boy. Install someone obedient. A final video. I did not come to fight the West. I came to fight fear. We can plant our own seeds, even if they take years to grow. Africa does not suffer from weak leaders. Africa suffers from strong chains. Mariam sent the files, not to media, but to youth leaders across Africa. They carried the fire. Protests rose, candles burned, banners bore his words. But repression came too. Still, something had changed. The youth no longer waited for leaders. They became them. 2 years later, in a dusty village, a plain coffin was lowered into the earth. No fanfare, just villagers, and the one-armed boy whispered, "He came home." That night, across Africa, candles flickered. No one said his name. They didn't need to, because by then Ibrahim Traore was no longer a man. He was a seed. And Mariam? She never returned to journalism. In a small village school under a mango tree, she taught children to write, to question, to imagine. On her wall, the revolution is not a man, it is a seed.